If you think AI automation is too complicated, think again. In the next 15 minutes, I'll walk you through a fun and practical AI workflow, step by step, and best of all, it's completely free. By the end of this video, you'll officially be an automator. What is n8n? Think of it like digital Lego. You can snap together apps like Google Sheets, Discord, and ChatGPT to build powerful workflows, all without writing a single line of code. Alright, first big question. What do you need? And where do you start? The answer's simple. You just need a web browser and n8n. It offers a free tier that's perfect for getting started. And if you're feeling a bit more adventurous, you can even self-host it and run it completely free. Alright, scroll down to the description below this video. You'll find a link to the n8n page. That'll take you to the official website. Once you're there, click the Get Started for Free button. Easy. The site might ask you a few questions to help customize your experience. Just click through them. And boom, you'll land inside your brand new n8n instance. Let the fun begin. On your dashboard, you'll see 3 tabs: Workflows, Credentials, and Executions. As you start building, these will begin to fill up. But for now, they're empty, and that's totally normal. Now, look to the left. You'll see the settings. Click on the 3 dots to open them up. Here, you can configure your preferences. Personally, I'm a fan of dark mode, so I'm switching mine over. Once you've adjusted your settings, just fill in any info if needed, click Save, and then hit Back to exit out of the settings. From here, you can choose to either start from scratch or try out a simple AI agent example. For now, we're going to start from scratch. So go ahead and click that option. It'll open up a brand new, blank workflow canvas, ready for action. Alright, when you first open your workspace, let's call it your canvas, you'll notice a few key areas. On the left, there's a menu bar with various tools. As we move through the course, we'll explore each of these sections in detail. At the top, you'll find 3 buttons related to execution and evaluation. We'll get into those shortly. Now, over on the right-hand side, there's the most important button of all, the Save button. Be sure to save regularly as you work. Trust me, it's a lifesaver. In the center of the canvas, you'll see a big plus button. There's another smaller one in the top right corner. Both are used to add new nodes to your canvas. Let's go ahead and build a simple workflow so you can see how this all works. The first thing we need is a trigger, something that starts the workflow. Click the plus sign, either in the center or top corner. This will open a toolbar with a wide selection of built-in nodes. The search bar at the top is super handy for finding what you need quickly. Type manual into the search bar and look for the manual trigger. Click on it, and you'll see the node appear right on your canvas. Just like that, you're already building. Now you'll notice this orange Execute Workflow button has appeared. When you click it, n8n will automatically detect your workflow's trigger node and run the workflow from there. If you hover over the button, you'll also see a tooltip saying Execute Workflow. Yep, you can click that too to start things off. Every node you add comes with 4 handy icons. This first one executes just that specific node. The second one toggles the node on or off. The third one deletes the node from your workspace. And the 3 dots? Those open up more advanced options for that particular node. Alright, let's add another node. A new way to do that is by clicking this little plus sign right here. Now, go ahead and type Set in the search bar and look for the Edit Fields node, also called the Set node, and click on it. What this node does is pretty straightforward. It allows you to manually set values. Let's pause for a moment and talk about how working with nodes is structured. If you take a closer look at the screen, you'll see it's divided into 3 sections: the left side, the middle, and the right side. You can think of these as your input, your configuration, and your output. Data flows in from the previous node on the left. In the middle section, you make your changes. This is where you configure the node. And finally, the right side shows the output, or the result of those changes. So to get started, click on this block here to add a field. Don't worry about trying to understand every single detail right now. We'll cover it all as we go through the course. For now, let's focus on the basics. How to set a value using the Set node. When you add a field, you'll need to give it a name, a type, and a value. Types can be things like numbers, booleans, true or false, arrays, or objects. But for now, we'll keep it simple and use a string. Let's say we want to track someone's mood. We'll name the field mood, set the type to string, and give it the value happy. So what we've just done is define a string field called mood with the value happy. While we're at it, let's rename this node to something meaningful. Naming your nodes helps keep things organized. Let's call it set mood. Now click the execute button. You'll notice there was no input data, nothing coming into the node. But in the middle section, we set a value, and the output shows up on the right. Mood equals happy. You can view this output in 3 different formats: schema, table, and JSON. And when you're ready to return to your workflow, just click up here, or use the back arrow to go back to your canvas. Down here on the left, you'll see 4 buttons. The first one centers your workflow right in the middle of the screen, like snapping your artboard back into place. Next up, you've got the zoom in and zoom out buttons to adjust your view. The reset zoom button brings everything back to its original scale. And this last one is pretty handy. It's the tidy up nodes button. Clicking it will neatly arrange your nodes so your workflow looks nice and organized. You can move individual nodes by clicking and dragging them. Or, if you want to move the entire canvas, click and hold the middle mouse button while dragging. Alright, let's go ahead and reset the view, center everything, and don't forget to click Save. Alright, so far in our workflow, we've added a trigger to start things off, and we've set the mood. Now, let's add a way to test the mood, basically to check if the user is in a good or bad mood. Click the plus button again and type if, then select the if node. Just like before, you'll see the familiar layout: left for input, middle for configuration, and right for output. We want to check if the mood is equal to a certain value. In the middle section, you'll see options to set the condition. Choose the type. We're working with a string here, and then a value to compare against. To bring in the mood value from the previous node, make sure you're in Schema View. Then simply click and drag the mood field into the condition box. That'll automatically fill in the correct reference. Now let's say we want to test if the mood is equal to happy. Type in happy. Click Execute, and you'll see the result. If the mood is indeed happy, the true branch will light up. If not, the false branch will. Try changing the condition to sad and execute again. You'll notice that now the true branch is empty and the false branch contains the output. Switch it back to happy. Hit execute and we're back to true. So now your if node has 2 paths, one for when the condition is true and another for when it's false. You can now set different actions depending on the user's mood. Let's start with the true path. So when the mood comes in as happy, we test it. And if the condition is true, we want to follow that path and do something positive. Click the plus sign to add a new node, then select another set node. We're going to output a message here. Create a new field, name it message, and for the value, type something like, "That's great, keep smiling." Now rename this node to something meaningful. Let's call it good path. When you execute this node, you'll see that if the mood is happy and this path is followed, the output will include a message with the value. "That's great, keep smiling." Now let's handle the false path, for when the mood isn't happy. Add another set node, create a message field, and this time enter. Hang in there, better days are coming soon. Now both paths are set up to respond with a message based on the mood. Next, we're going to bring the 2 paths back together using a merge node. Click the plus sign, search for merge, and add the merge node to your workflow. You can leave all the settings at their default for now. Now, connect the good path node to input 1 and the sad path node to input 2 on the merge node. This way, no matter which branch the if node follows, true or false, the result will flow back into a single path through the merge. Once that's done, let's take things a step further and add a bit of logic. Click the plus sign again, search for code, and add the code node. This is a special kind of node that allows you to write custom JavaScript. It's super useful when you want to make decisions, process data, or just have a bit more control over what happens next. Highlight all of this code and delete it. Then pause the video and type in the new code. What this does is it returns a JSON object. Inside that object, there's a final message. That message is based on the input from the previous node. And to that, we're adding a little extra, message crafted by your n8n workflow. Once you've got that in place, go ahead and click Execute. Congratulations! Your first worker ran end-to-end. On the left-hand side, you can see the message that came in from the decision node. That's great. Keep smiling. On the right-hand side, it took that message and added a new bit to the end of it. Now let's click out of this view and then hit the orange button at the bottom to execute the full workflow. Just a quick cleanup. Make sure everything looks tidy, and don't forget to hit save. Alright, now let's put our logic to the test. Head into the Set Mood node and change the value to sad. Then click out of that and run the workflow again. There you go. You'll see it followed the false path after the F node and took the alternate route. Now, open up the code node and take a look at the message. Incredible job! You just built a real AI automation. And this is only the beginning. To keep leveling up and learn how to build even more powerful workflows, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. In the next video of our Bootcamp series, I'm revealing the 5 essential n8n nodes you absolutely need to know. Don't miss it!